As any good artist will tell you, that painting is constantly evolving and changing, and you know, sometimes I learn something new and I'm quite surprised by that, but also relieved, because it means things are changing, things are evolving, somebody's found a better way to do something. And that's always reassuring, because if this hobby of ours became kind of stagnant and really boring, then nobody would do it, and the hobby would die really quickly. But because painting's changing and painting's always evolving, and you know that, like, when you look at painting competitions, all different kinds, the games days, was the crystal brush one. You have some really great artwork coming out of people, and I've often noticed that a lot of really great painters coming out of France. And I've often wondered, like, is there like a studio in France that is just pumping out these really great painters? And it's just mind-boggling how good a lot of these guys are, and you know, it's just crazy. It just blows my mind. You know. Now here's where we get to the tricky parts, because where the heck is his face? I mean, obviously I know where his face is, but he's like, one side of his face is all scarred up, and so I don't want to ruin the texture, but I don't want to lose his face and some ghibli kind of texture going on. And so I think I got it. Now I realize this is not the best camera angle for y'all to see what I'm doing here, but too bad, because there's got to be a little bit of mystery in your lives. That way you go, well, how did he do that? What did he do? What's he doing? What's he talking about? The man's crazy. That may be so, but anyway. Yeah, that's starting to look good. And again, he's talking to himself. Somebody asked in the last video there, or my second video I think it was, I was talking, and it was like almost like, it had to have been almost 15 minutes. I went on talking to the camera, and the camera wasn't even on. Now, why the camera shut off on me, I don't know. And now, even as I'm doing these vlogs, I'm constantly checking my monitor to make sure that the camera is still rolling and I'm not talking to myself again, because it's kind of disconcerting. And so, yeah, it had to have been, geez, it felt like a long time, but it's probably like 10, 15 minutes. I would hate to say 20 minutes. But like, and the sad part is, in that video, there was a lot of gems I was dropping. I was dropping all sorts of gems in that video. No, I'm just kidding. I was probably just rambling on. Anywho. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, he's kind of got like this gnarled up side of his face, like he's taking a bullet or something upside the head or something. I don't know. And so, anywho, yeah, here's another bad habit painters have, is licking the brush. Now, I don't condone licking the brush, but it is a habit a lot of painters have. Why that is, I don't know. Who knows what kind of toxins are floating around in my system from years of painting models. And so let's go over to another comment here. Could I make a tutorial for Titans I made? Well, I didn't make the Titan that I have. That is ArmorCast. That was a company that was predated Forge World, when Games Workshop allowed third parties to make models with their IP. So I didn't make it, I bought it. But it's a classic piece, and I paid through the nose for it. And I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it, because it's kind of hilarious. It's actually less than what the new Forge World ones cost, but either way, I'm not telling you. Yeah, so like I said before, these videos aren't intended to be completely informative, as it's more of just a vlog of what's going on here on my desk and what future projects that you can expect from Miniwargaming. And I seem to have lost my place. I can't find where the heck I was in referring to the comments. Well, a lot of the comments are, yeah, somebody had asked if I was the owner of the Dancing Phantom Titan, and that was from the 80,000 Apocalypse game about 2 years ago. I was dancing with my Phantom Titan, and so to answer the question, yes, that was me. I am that fool. Yeah, so a lot of it is very positive comments from y'all, and again, it's reassuring to have positive support from the community. You know, I mean, heck, if nobody liked it, nobody would watch it. Somebody probably tell me to take a long walk off a short pier, something along those lines, anyway. And so we shake up the paint. Really, anybody out there who's really clever, make a paint, I don't want to say shaker, but a paint, you know, like you go to the hardware store where you buy your house paint and they set it on that little thing and it's just, that's what we need for these. For our model paints, we need like a little miniature one, so we can just set our paints on it and it just goes, and we can shake our paints, because I'm a big wimp and my arm gets tired shaking these paints. And yeah, so any of you out there who are really clever, that's what Kris wants for Christmas. And I know somebody out there is really clever, and they're already dreaming it up. I know somebody is. I know it. Somebody out there is dreaming up these really great things. And you know what? I'll be the first person to buy it. I'll be right in line. Yeah, I heard about this great device that shakes up my little model paints. You know what? Maybe it is already invented. I'm just not looking hard enough. Again, if anybody knows, put the link below, because I'd love to know. And so, anyway, for the skin tones, I went from the tan. Oh, you can't see that anyway. So I went from the tan, and then I went to this dwarf skin tone, and now I'm going with elf skin tone. As the three tones, the three tones are fairly close, and like I said, I'm not looking to go too bright. And so we're just going to catch the tips of the fingertips, and the tops of his knuckles. And because the model's face is kind of like quite a bit, it's like he's got lots of scar tissue on his face, for anybody who's not familiar with this model. So just catch a little bit, too much. Just little bits. Little bits. A little bit on his fingertips. There we go. A little bit on his thumb. There we go. Capture the little knuckles. If we were doing like, you know,